Hey comic book fans, welcome to the Comic Fix, your one-stop shop for every single thing DC Comics, to some creator-owned to a little bit Marvel. My name is David and welcome to the Comic Fix. Now, in today's video, it's going to be extra long. I am going to be talking about all the books I got this week with in-depth reviews. So, just be warned, there are spoilers in this video. So if you have not read your comics, go read your comics and then come back and start enjoying the Comic Fix. Now, with it being an extra long video, almost as epic as a James Donnelly type of video, I am going to be putting it out online with a full every single review, and then I'm going to go and break it down to about 15-minute videos, put it online into parts, so that the people who don't want to sit here for an hour and a half can go and watch these 15-minute videos whenever they feel like it. So, let's get ready, let's get started on some comic reviews. The first book I'm going to be reviewing this week is Teen Titans issue number 15. As you can see from the cover, it's a Death of the Family tie-in. And I do believe that this is going to be the last time we're going to see a tie-in with the Death of the Family with this little flip-on cover. I'm a little tired of the flip-on covers, but I know in the future these things will actually become pretty valuable. But do I really care about valuable comics? No, I'm just in here for the fun of it. So let's get into the meat of this book. Now, first off, I noticed that Scott Lobdell's plotting the book and Fabian Nicieza is doing the dialogue. So I was just like, wow, okay. Scott Lobdell, he is basically what he has done is he's writing Teen Titans, what is else? Superman, and Red Hood and the Outlaws. So he's writing 3 books that are coming out once a month. Dang, that's a lot of work. And you definitely tell that he needed some help, so he had Fabian Nicieza doing the dialogue. So when we first start out the story, we see the inner dialogue of Red Robin explain that he's been taken from by the Joker, and he knows that the Teen Titans are going to go looking for him. So what did he do? He knew that they were to go search in his room, and they found a phone. And the one call that they can make was to Batgirl. And when you first see Batgirl in this first just page, I just don't really like the way that she is kind of posed in this opening scene. It just looks a little strange, a little bit off. And when you first see Batgirl talking to the Teen Titans, she's kind of trying to be a hipster with the Teen Titans. And it's funny though, because you see in the inner dialogue with Red Robin explaining what's going to happen, he knew right away that Batgirl would be trying way too hard to impress the Teen Titans. And I just love it though when you see the Teen Titans, all of them are pretty much blown away that Batgirl is there to see them, but except for Wonder Girl. And Wonder Girl just has this stare to her that she's just like, I know that everything's going wrong. The Joker's in town, and if Red Robin is dead, gets killed by the Joker, who is going to take over the team? Who's going to train the team? Because Red Robin has taken all upon itself to be the leader of the team, and he's not let anybody else try to be the leader. But Wonder Girl knows that if something happened to Red Robin, she would be the one to take care of them. But she's wondering, how do I do that? And she's hoping to get some answers from Batgirl. And at this point, we kind of get this strange little moment with the Kid Flash. Now, in the Teen Titans, Bunkers, he is the one who does most of the hugging of the group. But in Fabian Nicieza's hands, he changes that to Kid Flash. Kid Flash goes and sees Batgirl and starts running towards her. And he's trying to get a hug from Batgirl. Just that whole scene kind of felt really a little bit off, and it felt like it should have belonged to Bunker, who should have been doing that. So just that little scene was a little bit off for me. But I did like it though. He's running towards Batgirl to give him a hug, and all I see is a hand just go and grab him, and it's Wonder Girl's hand and pulling him back. I really do like that scene though. And you just see how fast Wonder Girl actually is. And then we get some strange dialogue though, with some Batgirl basically explained to him that she doesn't want to scare the Teen Titans. I'll just read you this dialogue that just felt so strange. where Wonder Girl, she basically comments to Batgirl, then why aren't you freaking out? Because I don't want to scare a bunch of kids to death. Or I'm scared to death myself, and I'm trying not to show it whatsoever. And as you see her trying to walk away, Batgirl, she says, someone needs my help right now. And you're kind of like, okay, Batgirl, just a couple seconds ago you were talking about how basically you knew you had to be somewhere, but you want to kind of help out the Teen Titans. So this dialogue just kind of felt a little choppy to me and a little bit messy for the flow of the book and how it was moving up to this point. And then we get to some of the strangest part. Basically, the Teen Titans are like, hey, we need to help you, or we need your help. And then basically Barbara just turns around, grabs her abdomen, and says, this time it's the Joker. And you see the joke. I hope you guys can see this, but you see the Joker in the moon. And I mean, the dialogue at this point is a little strange. But I do like the whole thing where she's talking about the Joker and she's grabbing into her abdomen. And I know, like, some people, when they're had traumatic experience, they start talking about the traumatic experience, like being shot or whatnot. Because I am in the medical field, is that they'll start grabbing at that point at the either like some surgery that they had or something like that, not knowing that they're doing it, but they're actually grabbing at that part. So I really like that little touch to it. But the dialogue, though, was a little bit messy. And then we go and jump into where the Joker has Red Robin. Red Robin's waking up to find himself in his old outfit. And I really do. I wish you guys could see it, because I'm definitely going to be getting some more light so you guys can be seeing a lot more stuff. But you see Red Robin in his old outfit. And I just love it, though. Just that look of it is just like, oh, that's so cool. And I don't know why. I still don't like the idea that Tim never became Robin. He just always was known as Red Robin. I just don't like that idea. But we see the Joker. He's up on this mantle, and he has the wings or the cape that Red Robin uses now. And I've always hated that cape, the glider thing that he has. So I just liked the idea that he was mocking Red Robin by wearing wearing the cape. I thought that part was really cool. But the thing I did not like is the art, when the artist betrayed the Joker, because a lot of them, the artists in the death of the family, have betrayed the Joker in a more of a nasty way with the face. But with this artist, it was more of a clean look to it, and it wasn't as like monster looking. So it looks kind of like how he did before he cut off the face. Just that whole point, I didn't really care for. And then we get to the point where Batgirl basically tells the Teen Titans what they're going to be doing. They're going to go off in a team of 2 to go and search for different areas for Red Robin. And at this point, we see some really sick art from Brett Booth with the Kid Flash. And I love the points where Kid Flash is just running all around the town, and how it's portrayed in this book. And it's really cool to see some little character development between him, Kid Flash, and Solstice. And one of the things that the Teen Titans book has been missing for quite a while is a sense of community between the Teen Titans and kind of like a family type of element. But in this issue, we actually get that. We get some really cool dialogue between everybody. And that was one thing I've been missing from my Teen Titans book for so long. And we get to see the Kid Flash just running all around, going to all the places that the Joker has been in the past. And as you see him running around, there's this like green smoke coming up from all the places he's been running. And at this point, we jump back into the Joker. And the Joker's telling Red Robin basically his master plan. And the way he's going to get at Red Robin is by the Teen Titans. And I just love the idea that Joker is going to get at somebody by utilizing somebody else. Just like how he's kind of like doing with Batman. And everybody. He's been utilizing Like with Barbara Gordon, Batgirl, he's utilizing her brother to get to him. And in here, we see the Joker utilizing the Teen Titans to get to Red Robin. So it's all just so, so cool. And even in Red Hood and the Outlaws, we see him going after Red Hood by his girlfriend. So it's just some cool little mind stuff that the Joker has been doing throughout this whole Death of the Family event. And we do get some really cool dialogue that the Joker is talking to Red Robin. He's like, "But I know your biggest secret." And he says to him, "I know your name." And you see the inner dialogue of Red Robin being like, "No, how does he know?" And you see the Joker just responding, "I bet you're thinking right now, no, how does he know?" And I just love this little thing where the Joker's just messing with them, just saying, "I know what you're thinking." And even Red Robin starts thinking, does he really have mind powers now? And I just like this whole way that he's messing with Red Robin. With Red Robin. And there's actually a kind of a funness to the Joker in this, and the way he's portrayed in this issue. We see him get this whiteboard and he's telling his master plan to the Red Robin. And it just feels like almost like an anime-ish or more cartoonish than anything. And it really kind of works, especially for the way that it's been, the way of the flow that this comic has been going with this issue. And then we see that all that green smoke basically taking all the people that are around there where Kid Flash has been, turning them into basically zombies of the Joker. And we see the Teen Titans basically fighting hordes of zombie Joker type of people and being afraid to attack them. And at the end of it, we see Red Hood and the Outlaw group being like, "Oh my god, we need to help you guys." Basically, at the end of Red Hood and the Outlaws is the same end, but in a different perspective that we got in Teen Titans. So in the end, it was a pretty fun book. I really did enjoy it. It was the first time I've enjoyed a Teen Titans book in a long, long time. I'm interested to see where things are going to go, and I do think Scott Liddell's going to be leading the book, and the book's going to be going to other people's hands because Scott Liddell, he does have a whole lot on his plate. So in the end, I'm going to give Teen Titans issue number 15 a 3 out of 5, and I think that there's a lot better things to come with the Teen Titans. And the Joker has always made every comic a lot better, and he did the same in this issue. So a 3 out of 5. On the Scott Liddell train, we have Superman issue number 15. This is the one I've been really excited for. As you see on the cover, it has Lex Luthor in there. We have not really seen Lex Luthor in the New 52 except for Action Comics issue 1, 2, and 3. Other than that, he has been very much out of the way in Superman. And in this issue, we figure out why that is. Now, why is that? Well, let's go and find out. So I just love this opening sequences. We see this Fortress of Solitude, and we have this Lex Luthor narrating everything, and we see him explaining about the Fortress of Solitude, and he starts to hear this noise, and he just gets this excitement. He knows exactly what it is. And he's just like, visitors, finally. And I just love this excitement on Lex's face. And you just see his maniacal sense of things just going right through his head, being like, everything he knows is just coming to a head. And then we see Superman, Superboy rushing in and being bombarded with all these bombs and missiles. And it's just action, action, action. And they finally get to the prison, and they talk to the guards that are there, the army. And basically Superman tells them, you guys are going to hold on for 10 minutes. I need to talk to your one prisoner that is being held in this prison. And that's when I got the sense, I was like, wait, prison? Or prisoners? Not prisoners? And this place is huge. I mean, this place is massive, and it's only holding one hostage, or one prisoner, and that is Lex Luthor. And that's how bad this guy is in the New 52. You have not seen him, and everyone was wondering, where the hell is Lex Luthor? Well, he's held captive in this prison. And during the issue, we figure out that Lex Luthor is the one who built this prison for himself. Basically what happened is, Superman explains to Superboy, to get to his vein and with Lex Luthor, he basically told him, build a prison that you cannot even get yourself out of. And what does Lex Luthor do? He did it. And I don't know what happened for him to be a prisoner in his own prison, but you see Lex Luthor, and his whole right side of his face looks like it was blown up. And you're just wondering what the hell happened to Lex Luthor. In the first half of the book, you see Superboy and Superman going through the prison. The dialogue between Superboy and Superman were so good, and you get the sense that Superman, yes, he is this noble guy, but he's not a pushover. Sometimes when they have Superman as a noble guy, he's kind of a pushover sometimes, but not in this issue. He's very much is in control of everything, and he's not going to take BS. So it just seeing the way that Superboy and Superman are talking, there's a point in there where Superboy asks him, "Am I your prisoner?" And Superman says to him, "You're not my prisoner, but you're not my partner. You're a person of interest. We know that you are part Kryptonian and part human. And as Hell has said, clones are going always go bad. And it's just a matter of time that you're going to go bad. Go evil, or I don't know how it really works, but it just does sound like that every single clone goes evil." And one thing that we see in the whole Superboy issues is that Superboy's been going through a lot of stuff. He just feels all this anger in him, and he wants to get help. That's what he's trying to do in the Ravengers book. He goes up to Fairchild and be like, "I need your help to control this anger." And it's just such a cool, interesting perspective that it's not because he is Superboy that he's all this evil, because I don't even know in the New 52, but it sounds like in the New 52 that Superboy still has his human side to be Lex Luthor. So I just think it's an interesting little perspective that it's more that he's a clone, and that clones have been known, Kryptonian clones have been known to go evil. So I just like that perspective, and just how Superman, you just see in his mind that he's trying to play out to see what's going to happen. He still sees the best in Superboy, but he does know that there is evil in him, which is evil in everybody. And I just like the way that the conversations between these two go. And you just see that Scott Liddell, he knows the story he wants to tell. And the dialogue is so dynamic that you just feel everything. Just like, because most of this issue is just either Superman talking to Superboy or Superman talking to Lex Luthor. And the way that the conversations go in this issue is just freaking amazing. And then we get to the points where Superman is talking to Lex Luthor. And when he's talking to Lex Luthor is talking to Superman. Superman basically goes to Lex Luthor, and at the beginning of the part, Superman just goes, he's like, "Lex, you know the whole routine," and you see Lex Luthor get into the shackles. And just the way that Lex Luthor looks, and just the way he's looking at Superman, just lets you know that Superman's not in control of any of this, but Lex is. And Lex is being here just to be here for his own little mind games that he's playing. And I just love it. He basically tells Superman everything that's happened up to this point. And it felt almost like a little bit of a recap for everybody who is not reading all the other issues of Hell on Earth. So it was kind of like, okay, I really like the dialogue, but I was not seeing a point. And then Lex Luthor says, "But you did not come here to get to know what happened, because you already know what happened. But you want to know, can you do the hard thing, and that is to kill Hell, because that is what is evidently going to end up being." And he says, "You see these marks on here? You want to remember that you're the one who did these to me." And I was just like, holy cow, wait, so those marks all were done by Superman? What the hell happened? I would love to see a little mini-series or a 3-parter of what happened to Lex Luthor and Superman. Now, I know that not Jeff Johns, but Grant Morrison, who's doing Action Comics, is doing the past. I don't think he'll be touching upon that because he is wrapping up his big old story arc. So hopefully in the future we'll just get to see a little bit of the past between what happened to Superman and Lex Luthor. And there were some other interesting parts where basically Lex says to Superman, I don't really want to talk to you anymore, but I want to talk to Superboy. And the interaction between Superboy and Lex were just so maniacal or so evil that you were just like, wow. Even Superboy got shivers by what Lex is saying. And there's a point in there where Superboy thinks he could talk to him like how Superman does. And he just started to talk, talking down to Lex Luthor. And Lex Luthor basically looks at Superboy and is like, no. You cannot do this. I will break you. I will take you down to your DNA level and just throw you out throughout the multiverse, and you'll never be seen again. And you just look at the way that the artist did Superboy at that scene. You just look at the fear that's in Superboy's face by what Lex Luthor is saying. It's just so freaking cool. And I just did not expect that in this issue. And then after the whole conversation between Lex Luthor and Superman and Superboy, they leave. Superboy and Superman leave the prison. And this is when I thought the book got really downhill. They kind of wrap it up really, really quickly, where they kind of put in where Superboy basically tells Superman, he's like, hey, I got a group of friends that can help us with hell. And it was just a really, really quick scene that just felt like they're trying to just throw in a little bit of extra content in there that felt really, really rushed. Just the way that the introduction of Superman finding out about the Teen Titans was really, really rushed. But then after that scene, we get the Justice League coming in to help with Superman, and it's just so cool though, because Superman pushes the button for the Justice League to come, and the Justice League are just they came like that. They were just Superman's calling us. Superman, he needs help. I mean, this is not like Batman or anything. This is Superman. So they come rushing in there to come and help their friend. And that's basically where the book ends. This book was freaking amazing. From the whole dialogue of every single scene up until the part where they leave the prison to where they get some little or Superman finds out about the Teen Titans was really dumb. But other than that, this book was freaking fantastic. I love the dialogue almost all the way through. The artwork by what's his name? Kenneth Rocafort, yeah, is freaking awesome. I mean, his artwork that he did in Red Hood and the Outlaws was just fantastic. It just upped the ante of that book. And he's doing the same thing in Superman. And he's definitely one of the best artists in DC Comics. One of the most interesting one. And one of the most interesting thing that this artist does is that the grand scale of everything he does is just so fantastic. I mean, you just love every single panel. There's the one panel where you see Superboy and he's talking to Superman about how awesome Superman is, and he just looks like a love-lost kid, just the way his eyes looked. I will show you, but there's kind of darkness when I show a little panel. You can't really see it because there's not enough light. But I will be getting some more lights. But other than that, this book was really, really good. I'm going to be giving it a 4 out of 5. Not perfect. Almost. But definitely the best issue of Superman to date in the New 52. Great, great issue. I cannot recommend it anymore. This is actually a really good jumping on point, even though it is a Hell on Earth tie-in. I do feel that the introduction of Lex Luthor in Superman's book is going to be playing out in a big, big way. I think it's going to be a huge event that's going to happen. And I cannot wait to see. This is the beginning of a great, great thing. Scott Liddell, I was kind of hesitant about you coming onto the book, but you were proving me wrong with each and every issue. There's just something fresh about this Superman story arc that we have not gotten in the New 52. Superman has been one of the series that's just been terrible in the New 52, but finally, in this freaking issue, we get the good parts. And that's what I really want. So in the end, Superman, issue number 15, a 4 out of 5. Liddell books that came out this week. Let's start with All New X-Men, issue number 5. Now this book comes out once every single week, it feels like. This book has not even been out for like 2 months, and it's already up to issue 5. Now, as you can see from the cover, it is going to be Jean Grey centric. Now, the thing that's happened with the all-new X-Men is that when Jean Grey got brought to the present, all she could do was use her telekinesis, throw things against the wall or just pick up things. She was not the Jean Grey that we know. Well, now she's been able to use her telekinesis even more strongly. She's able to see into people's minds, hear people's thoughts, and she's basically becoming more powerful just by being in the present. And there's one theory I have, is that every single character that is the original X-Men are going to start to change, and that what they see now is going to affect them majorly throughout the whole entire series. So mostly I just want to talk about, just for this single issue, is just Jean Grey. Is that the cool thing is that Jean Grey is going to sign inside the mind of Beast. And she's bringing along the original Beast as well. Now Beast, what's happened to him? He has basically, his mutation is changing again. And this time it's going to kill him. And so the original Beast is trying to help himself out. And just hearing myself talk about this, it's just so out of this world that it only works in comics. So it's now the original Beast and the older Beast trying to figure out how to save the older Beast. And it's just so cool to see these guys interacting with each other, because we have not seen really much of the older Beast in this whole entire series, the whole first 5 issues. So it's really cool to see them interacting, and Jean interacting with the older Beast. There's a point in there where the older Beast, basically, Jean asks him, "Can I see what happened to me? Because I do know I did die. I want to know what happened." And he tells her, "You can look into my mind. I don't care. And everything that I know is open to you. Our friendship is built on trust, and I trust you to do the right thing." So she looks into his mind and sees her future, or her past. No, yeah, it's her future. And just the way that the splash page was done beautifully. I mean, I'm gonna try to find this and put this on as my screensaver. This whole panel just blew my mind with how cool it is. And you're seeing the different versions of Jean Grey and just her history, just all in this one page. And for me, being more of a DC guy all the way, and just knowing very little about the X-Men, most I know about is what I've seen in the TV or on the animated series, I got it right away. I knew exactly what has happened. And so it was just so cool to see this panel, see the history that is with Jean Grey, and it brought a lot to the table. And with this whole all new X-Men by Brian Michael Bendis, it has me interested. That's one thing I was not expecting, because one thing that I've noticed with the X-Men books is that I try to get into it and I can't. The reason why is because the books are just, there's so much continuity and so much references to the past that it's just like, I don't want to go to Wikipedia and look up everything, because that's one thing that I do. I like to look up things. I like to know my comics. That's why I could just review DC and know exactly what I'm talking about. But with the X-Men, it's not that simple. But I just feel like with Brian Michael Bendis, he understands that. And with this series, he's been able to get people like me who are kind of novices to the X-Men and get us kind of caught up, and he's let us know all the stuff we need to know for the story that's being told. There are some interesting parts with Scott Summers in there, where he's talking to this younger guy who he sees his mutation, and his mutation is something he's never seen before. He's kind of like a shift changer, but it's kind of different. I'm interested to see where that's going to be going. I'm really interested in the Scott Summers part of it. This book just brought a lot, especially to the Jean Grey character. And it's going to be interesting to see how all these different characters change by just being in the future. This series is fantastic. I've really enjoyed The writing is awesome. The artwork is awesome. And it's a $3.99 book, which I say, yes, it's okay to buy because it's that good. Because one thing I like about DC is $2.99 book. $2.99 is usually the amount you're gonna pay for their books. Marvel, $3.99, give me shit every single week. It feels like. But this is the one book that I don't feel bad at all by picking up. I feel like I'm getting my money's worth with this series. And this issue was just another really, really solid issue from Brian Michael Bendis and Stuart Immonen. Yeah, whatever the hell his last name is. It's been fantastic. I've really enjoyed this series. And there's nothing really much I can say else. That it's just a cool little mind trip into the mind of Jean Grey. And there's this awesome part, though, where Jean Grey, she finally gets out of the mind of Beast. And she goes outside. She sees Cyclops. Cyclops tries to talk to her about what's going on with her. And she's just like, Cyclops, get the hell away from me. Just some great, great stuff in here. There's even a part in there where before that scene happened with Cyclops and Jean Grey, Cyclops comes outside. He looks at his group and he's like, I am not the guy that you saw just a couple hours ago. I am not. I will not let myself come to this. Wolverine comes in. He's like, I could kill you now and stop all this from happening. I would rather have you be killed right now and have Xavier be alive today than to have this whole entire mess that's going on. And you just see the people around him that loved Xavier so much that want to see him come alive or be raised from the dead, basically. And they're just like, this makes sense. But then you got Storm on the other hand just being like, Wolverine, just shut the hell up. There's some great character moments in this whole entire book. I really did enjoy it. I'm going to give All New X-Men issue number 5 a 4 out of 5. Definitely one worth picking up. Really, really solid. $3.99 book, which I actually recommend people go pick up. And that's hard to say because there's not a lot of $3.99 books I pick up. Because they're $3.99. I would rather pay $2.99 and be disappointed than be disappointed with a $3.99 book. And this is a book that I'm definitely not disappointed with. So go pick this book up. And this was actually a pretty good jumping on point because it gave you everything that you need to know about what happened in the past 5 issues. So good issue. 4 out of 5.